welcome to another episode of The Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. We've been talking a lot about the Indiana Fever, the moves the franchise made during the offseason, during free agency, as well as talking about the core and the returning players. Someone asked me recently about Damiris Dantas, and I think that's the second time someone mentioned her. But this person, the last time, wanted me to share some things about Damiris, talk about her game a little bit, and I am absolutely happy to do that. In fact, I had already thought about doing that. So what about Damiris Dantas? She's another big. We know that she didn't start off with the team last year. She, I believe, was recuperating from injury, and she came back. People commented about, well, first of all, how out of shape she appeared. She was heavier, I think, than she, well, not I think, because I just saw some older pictures of her. So she was heavier. People commented that she was slow. And of course, other people commented on what she adds to the team, how she can spread the floor because she can shoot the three-point shot. But we didn't see Damiris Dantas at her best, I don't believe. And so where does she stand when you bring in Natasha Howard and DeWanna Bonner, when you bring in other players who are championship players, who are all-stars? Where does Damiris Dantas stand in all this? Well, I'm going to share some of that with you. I'm going to be showing you some videos, and you can decide for yourself, do you like her game? Is her game complete? Can she add to this Indiana Fever team? I, frankly, believe that she is of great value to this team, but I want you to see it all yourself. When I say it all, I mean how complete her game is. So we're going to go into some videos. Listen, make sure that you check the description of this video for the links that I'm using here. I'm not going to stop and share every X account that I'm going to use. One of them is the Indiana Fever's X account, and others, well, like I said, the links will be in the description of this video. All right, so let's get to it. I want to start with Dantas's offense, and you're going to see an array of things from her. So I'm going to play them for you, and then we can talk about it and move to the next and to the next, because like I said, I have several videos to show you. The first video I'm going to show you is Dantas down low, backing down none other than great defender, great offensive player as well, and co-founder of Unrivaled, and just rocking over there. And many would say should have been the MVP in 2024 in the WNBA. She was, however, the defensive player of the year. But here is Dantas backing her down and doing her thing. Once again, that's Napheesa Collier. And you can see how tough Damiris is and how she can go body for body, how she can find her way into that paint. And speaking of Napheesa, you know that Napheesa has the fadeaway of fadeaways, impossible to guard. Well, Damiris Dantas, she got a little fadeaway too. One more time, just because. See what I mean? Look how get in position. Okay, we're talking about a complete game. We're talking about, does she have a complete game? CC brings the ball up the floor. As the ball goes back to the top to Timmy, Dantas is already in position, and she's backing down, trying to get deeper and deeper. Fade away off the glass, by the way. Bank shot, fade away, Damiris Dantas. Here's another fade away.
Pam Ward, Monica McNutt, Angel Gray with you.
Fade
Last
away.
game before the Olympic break. And
loves how she uses her body. Gets that fadeaway, creates that space. Now we know that DeWanna Bonner, also a part of this team, is able to do a whole lot. She has made a name for herself. She has the accolades to back that up. Well, Damiris Dantas said, I got a little fadeaway for you too, DeWanna.
Caitlin Clark looks gassed as Dantas floats it in.
Now let's take a look at her shooting skills farther from the basket.
To the backboard. Dantas launches and hits a three.
From the top, y'all. Now let's move to the left wing area. Another three from DD. There you go. You can see that again. You can see. Cece has the ball, makes the pass to Timmy, who makes the pass to Dantas. Dantas has Camilla on her. Camilla's too late stepping out. I'll make you pay. Boom. So we saw the inside game, the fadeaway, the banging underneath the basket, and now we're seeing her spread the floor. And when you don't come out and guard her, she can drop it in your eyeball. What else do you have, Dantas? Would you happen to have a little step back in your bag? I think you do. Let's look at that again. Look at that step back. Gets it handed off, takes a jab forward, gets her defender to back up. She steps back, big step, big shot. Let's take a look at this one and talk about what happens here.
Clark drives the kick.
Fakes the three, gets her defender in the air.
Yeah, Dantas shot fakes the
Steps
three,
in.
finds some
Long
space and
two.
knocks it down.
Darn it, baby. Now let's go in a little bit more. Let's look at how she can shoot from the elbow. So here you see she sets the screen.
Both made the last two games for
Right.
JC.
Rolls
But
to the
she has
basket, pulls up just inside from the elbow.
hot
Off the
tonight.
bank shot. You know, that's a
Dantas uses
difficult bank shot to make, but she gets the
the
job done.
backboard.
And was that on Natasha Howard? That was on Natasha Howard. She working all her new teammates.
Dantas uses the
All
back.
right. I told you we're talking about the complete game. I asked, do you think she has a complete game? So I'm showing you that so far. You got to see a lot. I got more that I want to show you, but this is a good place to stop and say thank you to those who support this channel, follow this channel, our subscribers, maybe members of the channel also. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, consider doing so, please. I also want to say I hope everyone is doing well. Here in the Midwest, last night was a tough night. You may have heard about the tornadoes, and it was not fun. It's never fun when you've got to get to the basement, right, to make sure that you're safe. And there was some damage and some loss of life in the area, in the region, and some tornadoes even close. But God has protected me and my property, and I'm so very grateful. It was not fun at all, but I just hope everyone is safe. And then, so thank you. I know there was a comment about it. There was someone who checked with me on email. Appreciate you all so very much, but here I am. And so here we go. We're going to get into some more of her offense. Now we're going to take a look at what else can she do. All right. We saw she could play down low. We saw the fadeaway. We saw she could step back. We saw she could fake, shoot the three, shoot the long two, shoot the shot from the mid range. She could do a whole lot, but can she drive to the basket? Can this big drive to the basket? What kind of moves does she have? Well, let's take a look at what she can do along those lines. That's a smooth move. That's a Cynthia Cooper move. That's an Adrienne Ross move because I watched Cynthia Cooper do it so many times. So here is this big who gets the ball, who fakes the pass, and then delivers the scoop layup to the basket. Here it is again. Gets the pass from CC, takes one dribble, looks one way, and fakes the pass and sends Kia Nurse flying in that direction. Then, boom, fake, step, scoop layup, DD in the house. So now we see not only can she, when she gets close to the basket, play with her back to the basket, but we also see that she can face the basket and do things right there. How do you guard her when she can do so many things? Well, okay, so she can score, Adrienne, but can she pass the ball? She's got a lot of players to play with on this team and players with more accolades than she has. Can she share the ball? Can she pass the ball? How well can she pass? Glad you asked. Let's check this out.
Showing this evening for Washington. Dantas inside, drops it off. Benley, reverse layup. Nice big-to-big action.
Yes, nice big-to-big action. So she's going to get that pass from Erica Wheeler, and she is bodying up, and yet she's able to see Benley down at the baseline, and she delivers a beautiful pass.
Washington.
Look at that. Pass goes all the way in. She's looking up, backing down. She's not afraid of the contact, backing down.
Dantas
and then
inside.
Boom, she looks like she's going to shoot the basketball, and then she's able to, here comes Benley on this left side at the elbow, goes right to the baseline. Benley sees her, says, oh yeah, fake
inside, drops it off. Benley, reverse layup. Nice big-to-big action.
Now, we've seen a lot of backdoor passing from Caitlin to Kelsey. What about Dantas? Can she do that kind of passing too?
Already secured the 6th spot in the playoffs, but you still have to come in and compete. 38 bench points now for the Mystics.
As you can see, the answer is yes. And that one goes to Katie Lou. So Dantas always moving. Comes up here.
6th spot in the
Gets the
playoffs.
pass. Turns.
You still have to come in and
Katie Lou
compete.
says, I'll go back door.
38
cut.
bench points
Back
now
door.
for the Mystics.
Left.
Dantas.
Give the assist to Dantas. So I would say, yeah, that's a complete offensive game right there. It really is. Well, Adrienne, but that's not a complete game. A complete game entails defense too. Does she have any defense in her bag? I'm glad you asked. Let's take a look at some defense from Didi.
Start the season in Las Vegas and
Pass to Benley.
collegiate level.
She's still moving. She's directing. She's talking.
Back on the floor.
Back to her, and look at the pass down low to Benley. So, yeah, she can play defense. Now, she's not the quickest person, but this is nothing to sneeze at. This is Las Vegas Aces right here. And she's playing that denial defense. She's reading the defense well. So here it is again. There she is. And she gets up the line on her, gets a hand in there. That's how you play defense. One pass away from the ball, gets a hand on the ball, and then there she goes. Now I want to see something here because we know she can shoot the outside shot. So let me just see something. Bear with me here. Okay, so she's calling for the ball.
Clark is back on the floor.
She gets it. Okay, so she says, I don't have a shot here. Defense is in my face, but look at Benley working that hard. Listen, when you work that hard down low, your bigs need to be rewarded. Okay. So this is big to big. Big understands that. Said, listen, big girl's down here working out. And, in fact, Benley's not a big, you know what I mean? She's long. It looks like she's lanky. It looks like, but she's not bulky, but she's working hard down there. She gets that ball.
Just 6 minutes. Benley deep
to Let's look at some more defense from her.
She gave it to me straight. She said, hey, right now, I feel like
you got I just got to point out Lexi Hull because she's always working that defense. I'm telling you. So there she is on ball.
Hey, right now, I feel like it will come down to the most dominant player, which is Caitlin Reese.
Dantas, active
she
hand.
also paid homage
Active
to
hand.
both of those players being as dominant and bright as they are.
All right,
and Kelsey Mitchell scores. Now, Dantas does not get an assist for this, okay? But she should because she made this happen. She made this happen. Lexi's pressuring the basketball.
Now, I feel like it will come down.
And then Camila Cardoso sets the screen.
To the most
dominant Dantas steps up and she gets a hand in her way. She gets a hand in the way of the ball, deflects that ball. Timmy's off to the races. Kelsey Mitchell's running with her, gets the layup. But again, Dantas.
She gave it to me straight. She said, hey, right now,
scene.
I feel like it will come down to the most dominant player, which is Caitlin Reese. But she also paid homage to both of those players being as dominant and bright as they are.
All right, Mitchell.
So I've shown you the complete package. I've shown you her offensive skills. her ability to bang down low, her ability to hit the fadeaway, to hit the mid-range, to hit the three-point shot. I've shown you her ability to back down, to face up. I've shown you how she can pass the basketball. I've shown you that she can defend, she can deflect, she can steal by reading the defense. I've shown you her unselfishness, big to big. I've shown you her moves, fake the pass, scoop layup to the basket. So I've shown you the offense, the defense, the passing, all of it I've shown you. And that should matter in terms of her value to this team. But what a lot of people will appreciate is, what does Caitlin Clark have to say about Damiris Dantas? Because as the franchise player, many people believe that her opinion matters as far as this team goes. And of course, it does. Caitlin Clark is extremely competitive and has a very high basketball IQ. So what does she have to say about Damiris Dantas, about what kind of player she is? Here's what she had to say.
Built great chemistry of understanding where each other's going to be. And then also, like, I shoot extra with Dantas after every shoot around, and Didi, like, she doesn't miss. Like, I feel so confident every single time she shoots a shot that it's going in. And that one she made in the corner, and then the one on top where Lexi made the one more pass and went good to great for Didi to get a wide open three. Like, those were two huge shots for us. So I'm proud of her. I'm happy for her. Like, that's a tough position to be in, to come off the bench and play 12 minutes and to be that ready to knock down some huge shots in big moments where your team really needs it. It adds a whole different dynamic and something that you have to guard. Especially when we're in pick and roll action together too. It makes it tough knowing she's going to pop and you have to either take one of us away or try to take both of us away. It puts the other team in a tough position.
That's good stuff right there from CC herself. And one thing she commented on there was how she hangs around to shoot extra and how Caitlin trusts her. I also love that she mentioned the screen and roll, the pick and pop, the whole thing, because you do see that a lot from Dantas, her ability to set screens. So I just wanted to share that with you because, well, some people asked, but also I wanted to do that. This is going to be quite the team to watch. I believe that Damiris Dantas adds great value to the team. We didn't get a chance to see her at her best, I believe, in 2024. And I saw these pictures. I'm going to show you this real quick of what, like I mentioned earlier, of how I think she didn't look like she used to look. I didn't watch her back then, as I wasn't watching the WNBA for a long time. But I saw this and almost didn't recognize her. So you can see her right here. I mean, her face is slimmer. The arms are more defined. She's obviously slimmer here. That is, that's probably the Dantas, what we didn't see. This is Dantas before I had seen her playing. So I have a feeling that we're going to see a different Dantas when the season resumes. And I'm hoping that we see her adding great value to the Fever. So what has Dantas been doing in the offseason? Well, like many players, she's overseas playing in Turkey. So I'm just going to show you some of her numbers that she's producing in Turkey, and then we're going to wrap this up. It may be hard for you to see the words in the stats I'm going to show you, but yeah, it has her here. She is from Brazil. She is 6'3", it tells us. So it just tells us a little bit about her. She's playing in Turkey. So let's go to her 2024-2025 stats. Okay. So it goes from October 13th. Last thing I have here is March 9th. So, and this is Team Botas. And let's look at some of her points. So here, 13 points, 22, 27, 11, 18, 26, 17, 15, 14, 16, 18, 23, 19, 26, 21, 14, 15, 19. And yes, I do know that playing in Turkey is doesn't necessarily produce the same numbers as playing in America. Yes, I do understand that. But she is doing her thing over there, and the Fever has been highlighting some of that. Her 2-point field goal percentage, like 6 for 9, 6 for 11, 7 for 10, 4 for 6, 5 from 8, 7 for 11. I mean, so her efficiency, with some exceptions here, has been noteworthy. Her 3-point shooting percentage, some of it's good, some of it hasn't been so good, but 3 for 3. She had some, like I said, some of it not so good, 0 for 4, 3 for 9. But we've got 2 for 3. We've got 2 for 6, 2, which is, whatever, mediocre, I guess. 2 for 10, not so good, but 3 for 6, 3 for 7, 4 for 7. So she's done some good things. Her free throw percentage, 1 for 2, 1 for 1, 4 for 4, 2 for 2, 6 for 8, 4 for 4, etc. So just wanted to show you a little bit of that. She's putting up points. She's putting in minutes. She's doing some things. Some things I hope we'll get to see her do for the Indiana Fever in this 2025 season. So what are your thoughts on Damiris Dantas? Have you been thinking about her at all? Have you been wondering where she fits into all this with the new look of the Indiana Fever? What do you think about what I showed you? I believe I've shown you that she can do some stuff. She has a complete game, and I believe she can be an asset to this team. But I do want to know what you think. So get in the comments, be respectful, please. I will catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundant.